representing the Institute for Infinitely Small Things, who had a major role in producing this piece called Back to the Land, which consists of a giant hot pink
Lycra
garment.
fabric. It's a post-apocalyptic picnic blanket with electronic sensors which filters the sound and rebroadcasts it. The entire piece alters your perception on many levels, both optically, visually, sound,
Temperature. I think we are interested in thinking about alternate forms of ecological consciousness. So how can we start to develop relationships with the land that are different? Because, I mean, as a society, we have a very kind of sick relationship with the land right now. And so this is just an experiment. I would say that there isn't a grand conceptual theme behind this other than the sort of transformation of our relationship to the natural world and thinking about the nature of artificial versus natural things. So we're just sort of presenting this very highly mediated plastic pink experience as a way of thinking about how do we change? How do we change and where do we go from here? Really.
Pink is so artificial.
Yeah, maybe
Pink.
the most artificial.
Yeah. Pink is the opposite of grass.
Yeah.
This pink is iridescent, so it extends beyond the limits of the fabric itself.
I mean, one of the things that we envisioned, particularly in the landscape of the DeCordova, was that the people that would come in would be kids, and I think it's totally happening today, as you can hear.
Yeah, it can work on very low and high conceptual levels.
Yeah.
I mean, on one hand, the domes, we kind of were thinking of Buckminster Fuller, or we were thinking of the Dymaxion dome utopias he inspired in the 1960s and 70s. They kind of crashed and burned, and they were in some ways embarking on a similar project this garment has in mind. But on the other hand, they're just plastic domes.
My work had some similar overlap with the types of things Catherine was interested in, mainly media ecology, how we experience the environment through media, using media, and how that impacts behavior and feelings. And so I usually create interactive work somewhere in this genre. The garment actually has a series of photosensors, real basic sensors that are just reading the modulation in light and then transmitting that to kind of the rig here. And it's just sampling the space live with a microphone and then using that data to kind of change the sounds in different ways. So we have delay being added in, so the more people interact, the more delay gets added, some reverb, some basic effects. We just wanted to kind of capitalize on the interaction and then have it be sort of a fun feedback experience. It's a lot of fun to see the emergent phenomena of what happens, and the kid noises are a lot of fun because they're higher frequency, and I think once they sort of get a sense of their own empowerment through the sound, they really start to play with that, more so than I've seen the adults do. So I enjoy that aspect a lot.
Costume designer, and Katie contacted me when she decided she wanted to use fabric. She figured she needed a fabric guru, and that's who I am. We started with just a piece of fabric, and we kept adding elements like the zippers and the domes and trees and however everyone just added a little piece of themselves to it. It was really fun. It's just kind of how we imagined it, almost a little more. There's more to it than we expected. The interactive unzipping of things, we never even put that together, that people would want to unzip it. Like, we thought unzipping it would make it easier to store. So it was kind of a, oh, well, this is for us, but then in fact it became part of the installation. And I just love how the pink makes the grass look greener.